Good afternoon everyone, Mel Soul here with the Mel Soul Golf School at Pawleys Plantation Golf and Country Club in Pawleys Island, South Carolina on a very mild day for July. The temperature right now is about 77, so very nice day for golf school. I was working with a student of mine this morning on an issue, and because on Thursdays we do technical Thursdays, today is July the 20th, which is a Thursday, and I thought this would really be helpful to all golfers, because I see a lot of golfers when they go back, as they swing back, this right hip tends to sway a little bit when they go back like this. Now, to get your weight back when your hip is this far away, what I always like to do is tell my students, I want you to imagine that there's a wall right where your left foot is. And so when you go back, if you keep the hip close to the wall when you start down, it's a very small, easy move. But if you let that hip sway, you can see what happens now. This gap here is huge. It's a big fight to get the weight from here. And if you've allowed the weight to roll and get on the outside of that back foot, it's almost impossible to get everything back. So what ends up happening is what we call a spin out. And when you spin, you're going to cut across it, the clubhead path is going to go outside to in, and you're going to hit a cut shot. So how do you fix that hip slide? Well, you need another alignment stick here. We're going to put another one. So what I'm going to create here is like a little cage. And my goal here, I'm actually going to angle this in a little bit, like that. I actually want my left hip, as the backswing goes, to actually move a little bit towards there. So as I go back, my right hip is going to go back, and my left hip, my left butt cheek is actually going to go towards the wall a little bit. So when I go back, that's where I want to be. So I haven't allowed this hip to slide. This hip hits, when I start my downswing, this move here, because now the weight is on the inside of my back foot, this little move here is going to be pretty easy. So you want to feel like this hip is going behind you. So imagine somebody's got your pocket here and they're going to pull it behind you, and your left butt cheek is actually going to move slightly in that direction. I've still got my weight at the top of my backswing here. I still feel that my weight is on my back foot, and I can see I can bounce up and down there like that. When I start my downswing, I'm going to make this little initial move and then turn through the ball. So from here, I'm going to let it turn in and then through. So create this little, take some alignment sticks, get the feel. If you want to, you can just stand at home and stand in a doorway and get your hip, close to the door, and feel like when you go back, you don't want the hip to touch the wall, the door. You want to turn inside of that, and then this way here, you want the hip to slide towards the other side of the door jamb. This is a way to also add power, because when you get that like that, you get a much better coil, and you're going to get this shift much faster and create much more clubhead speed. So it's a 2-for-1 tip today. Try it, you'll improve.